Well, how about a day 122, it's still morning update. And as you can see, the weather has not cooperated very much, despite our descent into Olali Lake. There's the lake. So we're about probably half a mile out at this point. As you can see, we're walking through another burned up area. Well, this morning was something else, I'll tell you. It was quite the introduction to the Pacific Northwest version of backpacking. And it was quite the adventure in the beginning. All of that fog and rain and everything, and you know, something different, a little variety, a little change, kind of fun. We find the rain jacket in the bottom of the pack and walk through all that fog and fun stuff. I had to stop and put my quilt into a plastic bag because it really started to rain at one point. And but you know, after a while of that, it just becomes tiring, obviously. And unfortunately, the trail today was a bunch of puds. What's a pud? A pud is a pointless up and down. I mean, we had to descend all this way to get to this lake that we've been heading for days, and the trail just kept going up and over hills, and then, you know, up into the rain and fog, and then down into the clear, or, you know, at least not raining. And then instead of staying on the elevation line to go around a hill, it just goes up and over it again. So you're up into the rain, into the fog, into the wind again. So there's this yo-yo up and down. And you know, when you're trying to get somewhere and you know that place is at a lower elevation, those ups feel like pointless ups. So everything is soaked. I'm soaked. I am wearing my rain jacket, as you can see. In fact, you can't help but see it, right? I love neon orange. But, you know, rain jackets and backpacking are not meant to keep you dry. They're meant to keep you warm. It's more of a survival thing than anything. Because once you put this on, I don't care how many vents or what kind of cool material it's made of. If you have to go up and down and up and down, you're going to be sweating, and you're going to get wet. So yeah, pretty well soaked at this point. But I am warm, and warmth is number one by far. You can be wet and hike. You can be wet and uncomfortable and hike, but you can't be cold. That's a horrible combination. Now my hands, which are, you know, really bad. I mean, my hands, I start to lose dexterity in my hands, even in the low 60s and in the high 50s. And you know, we were probably in the low to mid 40s with the wind chill. I don't know what it would be, but oh, sorry. As you can see, I'm still wearing my merino wool dress socks as gloves because, you know, it's August, the hottest part of summer, and or at least this is Oregon's version of it. But boy, these I tell you what, the merino wool has lived up to its name. So if you haven't ever thought about buying something of merino wool. One of the things they talk about in backpacking is that even when wet, a garment or article made of merino wool will keep you warm. I guess because of the natural fibers are hollow and they'll still retain heat even if the item itself is wet. So, you know, no matter how wet these dress socks, men's dress socks got, I still managed to keep my hands from going numb anyway. So that's cool. So it looks like we've reached something here. Welcome PCT 24, Olali Lake, something, Olali Lake store, 1/10 mile away. Well, I think that's the store. It looks abandoned, but let's go see, because God knows we could use some hot coffee. So one of the mentally challenging things about the PCT is expectations. And I do this, I'm really guilty of having expectations. So all this week we've been heading for this lake, and I had in my mind this luxurious, wonderful 13-mile day, and how we'd come in here and it would be beautiful, and we'd have all day to lay around and eat food, and when that doesn't happen, that's when it gets mentally kind of difficult, because you're just walking along saying, this is not what I imagined. So, but this doesn't look like a general store. It's not. It's a Grand Station cabin. Huh. Maybe the store must be somewhere else. All right. Well, we're going to go find some good stuff and what the store has to offer. And until then, hope the weather gets better. Bye.